Hi, Sagittarius. Good evening to y'all. All is well. I pretty much gave up on the microphone, so I hope you can hear me oh so well, right, Sag? Um, so we're doing what's hidden, but we're doing it like a soul version. It's Sunday, y'all. Okay, so and this may be what's coming up from your soul, your subconscious, right? And that's what's hidden in the depths of us, right? And how in tune with, I don't know how many of y'all are in tune with what is happening in terms of Pluto moving into Aquarius. It's going to be big. It is. We're already seeing it. Like if you look at the things that are happening, even you can see it online or wherever, all that Cat Williams stuff and other things just being exposed. Like people and structures are being exposed, y'all. And so I saw a reading from one of my favorite readers. I absolutely love Scorched Earth, and we're going to be very important in this time because we are the bringers of light. We are the bringers of light, and that's why it's so important that we stay positive, that we move in that light, y'all, because we literally are the light. We make people happy. We have that, happy nature, and you have no idea how important that is to people and how important it's going to be when things start to get weird. And to be honest, Sagittarius, like we're used to chaos. Like I don't prefer it, right? I like my peace, but we also, though, can be pretty high performing during chaos the way other signs maybe aren't so much. Fire signs, we're here for it, right? We're not here for it, but we know how to manage it, right? So that being said, we're looking at 3 things coming up from your soul. These are, soul truths, or it's from the Soul Truth deck, which I really love, which I should use more. But anyways, let's get to it. If you're looking for personals, please check out the link in my description. And what's interesting about my menu of readings now is that I have 30-minute versions of certain readings and 60-minute versions of them. Because a lot of times, if you've ever had a reading with me, you can probably tell here, I talk a lot. so it tends to go over time, right? So yeah. So Sag, let's do this. So underneath the deck, it was really interesting because, and this is why I said all of this about Pluto and Aquarius. If you don't know about the transit or you haven't seen it anywhere, I suggest you look at it because a lot's going to be changing. It really is. And we're seeing that. Like underneath the deck is the Lovers, the Three of Wands, and the Tower. I feel like there's going to be a lot of things changing in terms of, especially for you, Sagittarius. I feel like you're showing up different. Okay, 3 of Wands, and you may even be thinking about that. And, it's with like the Tower, like this is, it might be a sudden change, right? But I just feel like the way you're moving through connections and soul connections, and you may be more focused on connection. And that doesn't necessarily mean romantic love, Sag. It just means connection. There's a focus going forward about being more about connections, connecting with people, because we actually are very good with people, especially groups of people. And that is why I don't know if you read the post in the community section, but I'm going to do a live tomorrow, and I kind of had this idea to pull topics for discussion out of tarot. So that's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you're interested, come talk to me. Y'all know I like to talk. But this is a big change for you. And I kind of sense that, you know, this may be because you may have had a lot of connections really fall apart. And I feel like what it may be showing you is that it really can't move that way anymore. So you're moving through connections differently. Maybe too, you know, with the lovers, it could be telling you that you're you're forming deeper connections. You know, no more surface connections. And I'm there on that because I don't really do well with that. You know, I don't do super good with small talk. I can do it, but I don't like silly shit. You know, like I don't have a favorite color. Sagittarius. All right, so let's get to it. So, first out here, what can I do to make a difference? Interesting, Sag, huh? Because whether you want to accept it or not, whether anyone wants to accept it or not, Sagittarius gives. Okay, we help people. We are very spiritual people, and part of that is generosity, and we do help people. It may just be helping people differently, but it's kind of like we can't not help people. It's just a fact of life, Sag. What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it? Such that every ounce of you screams no more. Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Because I really feel, especially in those times when you Sagittarius, me Sagittarius, are feeling really alone and hurt by life. You know, I do feel that one of the ways that we deal with pain is by helping other people. It's just something we do, you know? And so how can your pain help other people, Sag? How can the things you've been through help other people? And I feel like you are committing to that idea. You know, I do feel like you are sharing your experiences with others, and you're committing to doing that. You're committed to connecting. Okay, because we're seeing the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the King of Swords reversed. I feel like part of what you might be sharing with people are the you know, it could be how you weren't totally honest in relationships. You know, that's kind of like a lying to yourself energy, right? Or how you've been lied to in relationships, or how you figured out that some relationships just weren't going to go the distance, that certain things weren't going to go the distance because they weren't grounded in honesty, you know. And how maybe it could also be you hung on to relationships too long because you weren't being honest with yourself about what you wanted to align with. Because the Two of Cups is all about alignment for me. It's the same with the Lovers. And so I feel like you are really thinking about this, you know, because I can tell you, personally, I've been thinking about, you know, values and all of that. And that's the energy I'm moving in. I'm standing on what I value. And, you know, I think we all might be really doing that soon. And I feel like I don't know, it really feels like you're committed to this, right? And really maybe even sharing the long road for you, about being honest about what you really align with people, with friends, with lovers. You know, maybe for a long time you lied to yourself about that, right? And now, nope, surprise. But you really may be sharing that with other people, and it may really help. That's the other thing, like, because this isn't like how someone did you wrong, or how, you know, this is like a you thing. You know, this is the ways in which we lie to ourselves, right? It's beautiful because, you know, part of healing, especially from heartbreak, and I don't want to get preachy, but first we got to look at ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to look at how we weren't honest with ourselves. Maybe it was, you know, the ways in which you weren't honest with what you really wanted, you know? So it's crazy because I kind of feel like you could be sharing your romantic experiences in terms of that, but the Two of Cups also represents you and your higher self. So it's also a ways in which we lie to ourselves, right? And I do feel like it's really, really grounded in what you believe in, what you align with. And, because maybe recently you've been getting real honest with yourself about that. And so you're pushing that out because that's what Sag does. We expand, we're wildfire. And so we kind of have to share, Okay, enough about that. So how can I deepen my trust right now, which is about how can you surrender, Sag? Let go of the wheel. You can trust yourself, trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety. When we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. Because it feels like a continuation, Sag. But, you are surrendering the journey. Okay? You're surrendering the journey. And I do feel like, God, if I have to say alignment one more time, but I feel like you are making progress. You're making progress. And with the Chariot, we're making progress. We're triumphing. We're getting somewhere. We're also doing the work, right? It's the blending of the dark energies or the masculine, the feminine energies. But, you're doing the work to push forward and make progress. And part of that is knowing that you can't control everything, that at some point you just have to flow in transformation and just let it happen. Because with Six of Swords too, look, the Chariot and the Six of Swords is that energy of no one gets there alone. No one gets there alone. And I feel like this may come from when you're, being honest about what you align with and really forgiving yourself as well as other people, because we have to forgive ourselves first. Then, you can trust yourself more. And once you start to trust yourself more, you move forward and you get to feel safe in the energy of letting the universe drive you forward, letting other people help you. Because let's be honest, the universe sends you people to help you, and so this is a big change for you, Sag. This is a big transformation for you. And we've seen it because we've seen the Three of Pentacles a lot. And that is about building a sense of community, togetherness, working with others. Sorry, Sag. And lastly, who can I serve today? Who can you help, Sag? Who needs your help? In a world lacking soul-to-soul connections, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. And I feel like Sagittarius does that, but I feel like a huge lesson, and it's one I can tell you that I learn more every day because no one's perfect, is giving but not sacrificing yourself. Giving but not depleting yourself. Or, you don't give someone $1 if you only have $1.50. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So there is someone here who needs your help, Sag. There is. There's a King of Cups reversed, with the Four of Pentacles reversed. Someone, they could be suffering financially, but, the Four of Pentacles reversed can indicate, they lost everything, or they lost their savings, or they lost money, or a foundation, a home, something. They lost something really important that was really kind of holding them up, and they feel really off. the King of Cups reversed is like, you know, overwhelmed, especially when it comes to emotions or being really affected by what happens, insecure, lacking confidence. And when it comes to those kinds of things, especially when, you know, we're facing the loss of things or having to rebuild, this is something that Sagittarius excels at. Because we do believe everything will be okay. We always believe there's a way. We always believe things will work out. And this person can't see it. They can't see everything working out because of what they lost. And this is what has put them in this emotional state. Could be a water sign. Doesn't have to be. They're a mature person, though. So it's not about necessarily, because for me, even though it's reversed, it's still King energy. They're just going through a rough time due to some loss, due to some instability in their life, and they can't see it getting better. You see the cup, right? You see the cup. They don't see the cup, and that's why you're needed. That's why you're needed, Sagittarius. Look at this, Page of Wands, Judgment, the Hermit. Because, you know, this is a fresh start for you, and which may really make you feel excited. You know, is it a new direction? I think you just feel inspired here, because you get to share your stories. You get to, especially stories of what you've waken up to, right? Judgment is really about, you know, moving towards your life purpose. Well, we're kind of always in our purpose, but for me, it's, you know, waking up to something. And I feel like what you're waking up to is that the wisdom that you have, the things that you've learned, the ways that you've healed certain things. I mean, none of us are totally healed. Get out of that, right? Can help people. You have, in other words, this is a new adventure for you possibly, but you have the information people need. And it's of a healing nature. You know, it has to do with starting over. You know, and I feel like because Sagittarius is the Phoenix, which we are, we often start over, you know, just like Scorpio, right? But, and I feel like you may be showing people, you know, or helping people to do that in a positive way, making them see that it doesn't have to be like life destroying. It can be life affirming. You know, you're showing people how to treat it like an adventure, because they can't. Specifically, this King of Cups can't. They don't see it that way. They see it as, you know, kind of my life is over. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck, right? But with the Three of Cups and the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, you give this person ideas. You give other people ideas. The Three of Cups, once again, is about community. And you give people ideas when they have encountered loss. You know, you give them hope. There's always hope in the Five of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles are the ideas, the seeds that they could plant. And here's Justice, the way they could turn things around. And understanding that with the Ten of Swords, oh wow, the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups, whatever happened, happened. It's over. Now it's time to turn things around. So you actually make people feel better, whether you believe it or not, because we rule optimism. We see opportunities in things that other people don't see. And if you're talking about a Sagittarian's powers, I believe that our greatest strengths, I know everyone says passion, but I don't agree. I think our greatest strength is our optimism, and our authenticity. We always are real. We always are who we are. And like our positive, I can't tell you how many people have said to me things about positivity or motivation, you know, and that is really what people look to us for. It is what we are about. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Sag. So let's get some final words from your spirit guides. You know, and no, are we happy all the time? No, not all the time. But we don't stay unhappy for long. No, we don't. I feel like that irritates some people too. It just like it irritates some people that I laugh so much. But I love laughing. I do. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's get some final words from your guides about all this. I kind of love this reading. You do make a difference, Sagittarius. And I think that once Sagittarius learns how to manage their filter, which we do learn that as we get older, you know, sometimes people don't need to have the truth. You know what I mean? I think when we're young, we're just blasting truth all over the place and then not understanding why people are mad. Just saying. Okay. So, oh, okay. Yeah, like literally this is part of the plan. This is part of the plan, Sag. And you may not even know it. So what are the final words here? What are the final words here for Sagittarius? And literally they're going to show you what to do. And it's so interesting because Stag Spirit, I don't know if it's actually Aries energy, but it reminds me of Aries energy. And we're moving in so much Aries energy. And with Aries in the nodes, that's about taking charge. You know, Spirit is setting you up to lead something. And, you know, I guess they want you to be ready and be listening. Be ready and be listening, Sagittarius. Oh, wow, look, Spirit has a plan. And they may be delivering it to you. And this may come via, you know, if this King of Cups comes in for you or anyone, just like if someone needs your help this week, help them because it's going to give you answers in terms of, you know, what you're creating spiritually. And that doesn't necessarily mean a job, but it's a plan for you moving forward. Maybe at the end of the day, it just shows you what your power is. Yep. Sweet results. It's the honey. Be loyal to what you love. And life is speeding up. I do feel like this actually, you know, points you in the direction you need to go. And I do feel like that happens a lot, that we learn exactly what we're supposed to be doing or where we're supposed to be doing it. I think we learn that through other people sometimes, you know? And this isn't this isn't your life plan. This is a plan that's put in front of you. And I feel like, you know, co-create means you're creating something, right? And so whatever happens this week, I feel like Spirit might be really trying to send you a message about how you're going to lead, what you're going to lead. Oh, that's so beautiful, Sag. That's so beautiful. So I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Toodles.